I don't think so. Okay, so after the French Open final, John McEnroe made this comment saying that Sinner and Alcaraz, currently as they're playing present, would be favoured against Nadal at his absolute peak, which sounds absolutely crazy. Okay, so I don't know if it's like recency bias or if it's agenda based, but in the Olympics, when Djokovic beat Alcaraz, no one said anything like this. As far as I can recall, a statement along these lines weren't made. And if you look at Alcaraz's game from this year to last year, it's not as if he's stylistically changed that much. Yes, he's playing better now from the point of view that he's hitting shots better, and obviously he's on a good wavelength of form, and he was in good form going into the Olympics, and when he played Djokovic anyway. So I don't really know where he's coming from that point, if there's anything like that, but I would certainly say that it was quite a crazy comment to make. Now, obviously, John McEnroe, one of the greatest players of all time, he knows tennis and he is very much entitled to his opinion, but I just don't see where it comes from many angles. Firstly, Djokovic, who is in the tail end of his career, we can 100% say that is competing, yes, now, albeit he lost to Sinner, but he is able to compete with these guys. And Nadal was beating the two greatest players of all time in their respective peaks during his peak. He crushed Federer in 2008 before the Wimbledon final, a month prior at the French Open. Just look at the score. And he's also beaten Djokovic comfortably and also in very competitive matches. And if you take Djokovic right now, who is incredibly, yes, he's harbouring more injuries more and more now. But if you take him now, he's still able to compete and he's been able to beat Alcaraz. Although there's this weird dynamic that seemingly Alcaraz always beats Sinner, but everyone has a well, Alcaraz can lose to anyone, and it's quite weird how it works. But anyway, I just don't see how you could immediately rule out what Rafa and who Rafa was at his peak, the top spin, what the damage he would do, forcing you back, playing on Shatria. I just don't see it. I really don't see it. Now, what I will say is this: the comment he did say favoured. He didn't say they would crush him, but the nature of when he said it, because there's clips online, you'll find it. It just felt as if he was writing off Nadal, and it's like this guy's won this tournament 14 times. When you look at that record, it is not just tennis's greatest record, or arguably tennis's greatest record. It's an all-time sporting record that it looks very unlikely to be broken. To win 14 titles at one of the biggest events in that respective sport is unbelievable. It's up there with some of the other greatest single sporting achievements. It's harder when you factor in team sports. But anyway, I personally don't agree with the opinion. I do think that Nadal should always be favoured at his peak against any single person. And yeah, that's my thoughts on it. But let me know what you think. Do you think that they would beat Nadal? I know he said favoured, but do you think that peak Nadal would lose? And do you think if he were to lose, do you think he would get crushed? Do you think it'd be a close match? Let me know. It's quite an interesting. He's made a very interesting comment.